everybody. Welcome. So before I get going, I would like to take just a moment to thank the Iowa Golf Association for all the work they've done in their stewardship over this Iowa Golf Hall of Fame program, which they started 30-some years ago when they came on. So to Chad Pitts, Bill Dinkins, the IGA staff and committee, you've done just a wonderful job identifying and recognizing individuals who had a lasting impact on the game of golf here in the state of Iowa. So tonight's inductees are just another example of that. So it's really my honor to introduce our next guy. So, Ricky Dean Tegtmeier, named after Ricky Nelson, born October 16, 1959, in Charles City, Iowa, to Paul and Maxine Tegtmeier. He's the middle son of 3 boys, and he's got an older brother Dan and a younger brother Bill. At 6 months of age, they discovered a tumor in Rick's stomach, and the surgery was serious enough that they actually baptized him on the operating table before the surgery. Following that surgery, he developed pneumonia and was hospitalized for 3 months. So it was kind of a rough start for young Rick. He grew up in Rockford, attended Rockford Senior High, and then went on to Rockford Marble Rock, where, in his own words, he was a decent athlete. Participated in track, baseball, football, basketball, and golf. When I asked Rick how he got started in golf course maintenance superintendent, it was at age 13 when he and his dad went into the local bank, and the teller there asked Rick if he was interested in part-time work at the local golf course at Rockford Country Club. Rick said yes, and spent the entire summer laying sod. He loved it. He went back the following year, and they gave him a lawnmower. It said, Rick, go out and mow squares and patches around every tree on the property. So after that, Rick was hooked. He graduates from Rockford Marble and goes in 1979 to the Hawkeye Technical Institute, which is now known as Hawkeye Community College. Graduates in 80 with golf course maintenance and emphasis on turf. And just to kind of give you a sense of Rick's commitment to the industry, he paid for school himself. And when he was at school in Waterloo, he would work or go to class all day long and then work for 40 hours in the evenings and on weekends. He attended summer school, moved back to Rockford, attended summer school in Waterloo. He would make the 180-mile drive every day, get up at 6, classes from 8 to noon, drive back to Rockford, and then get to work at the Rockford Country Club. So following his graduation, Rick, which is in 1980, as I indicated, goes to Urbandale and works there for 2 years as the superintendent of the 9-hole course. From there he goes to Hinsdale Country Club. And in 1987, our paths crossed at Des Moines Golf. He's now the superintendent of the North Golf Course and works there for 2 years before moving on to Elmcrest. And so the fall of '89 is kind of our last opportunity to spend some time together. We actually ended up playing golf at the Pro Soup, Otter Creek. We finished dead last. And at that point in time, I was not married, I was playing a lot of golf. I think I had a +2 handicap, so I'm just kind of saying, I don't know. But your high school, I don't think Rick's high school team was maybe quite that strong. Anyway, one of the 3 things I can tell you about Rick Tegtmeier. Obviously, you can all read the program. He has awards, acknowledgments. He's exceptional at what he does. He's exceptional at his craft. I started the golf business in 1982 at Hyperion Field Club, and prior to working with Rick, I worked with John Austin and Bill Byers, 2 other individuals you see inducted in the Hall of Fame. Rick is, I would never tell our membership that they're spoiled, but we're very, very lucky. He's exceptional at what he does. Rick's maintenance facility is old, it's undersized. For those of you who've ever seen it, watching them get their equipment out in the morning is basically a choreographed ballet with 4-wheelers, mowers, and tractors. And each and every day, every piece of equipment goes out and comes back, and it's in the right, same exact spot. I mean, whether it's a rake, whether it's a weed eater, it doesn't matter what it is. Des Moines Golf got a lot of attention, obviously in 2017 with the Solheim Cup, rightfully so. But in all honesty, it was the 4 years leading up to that as we implemented our Pete Dye course renovation, which was just amazing. Every year on August 15th in those 4 seasons, we would close 9 holes and get to work on that golf course. And Rick and his staff were basically working sunrise to sunset 7 days a week. They renovated everything. We rebuilt golf holes, we changed par from 73 to 72. They rebuilt 12 greens, removed close to 600 trees to maintain the integrity of the design, rebuilt 160 bunkers, 150 tees. And when we rebuilt 2 ponds on property, Rick made it a personal mission to rebuild them exactly like the signature railroad type walls that you see at the 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass. So, I mean, he literally got those plans, and those are the exact same walls we built at Des Moines Golf. Our entire irrigation system now works off his cell phone. So it wasn't enough to rebuild the entire irrigation system, it's all fully mapped and fully wired. He renovated the entire drainage system, adding 10 miles of tile so we can get on the golf course much sooner. And the end result was a Golf Digest recognition, the best renovation category, and then the Solheim Cup in 2017, which was just an incredible experience. The golf course was impeccable, but one of the things that struck me about that week was, for the first time, a golf course in the United States actually hosted the Junior Solheim at the same time. So we have these young ladies who have qualified to play in the Junior Solheim coming in on Saturday, representing their countries in the European Federation. And these are very talented girls. They're all sporting D1 college paraphernalia, golf bags, and we've got them in the first part of the week, professionals coming in the latter part of the week. You know, there's a lot going on. It would be very easy for Rick and his staff to focus on that Solheim course. That's where the television coverage was, the media, all the grandstands. You know, there were probably never more than 100 people out watching the juniors play on this other golf course. But to Rick's credit, you know, he maintained that golf course exactly like it was the other one. I think that speaks to his commitment. Yet Rick knows a lot about everything. Whether it's concrete, electricity, engineering, sewage, making maple syrup, raising bees, hunting, fishing. It's just, it overwhelms me. I feel so inferior. In 1997, I know when he was at Elmcrest, they did a clubhouse renovation, and you'd never guess who was the general contractor. Liaison, Rick Tegtmeier. Last week, our grease trap explodes. And while that's basically our maintenance engineer's job to fix, I mean, immediately, Rick's turned off the water. He's got squeegees. He's got guys in the basement squeegeeing it out. He's bringing in fans. And then top it all off, the plumbing contractor shows up, and he tells the guy what he needs to do to fix it so it won't happen again in the future. You know, Rick is recognized by the British International Golf Greenkeeper Association. That's a tremendous accomplishment. And I guess my takeaway here is simply that if you're one of the top 100 in anything in the world, you are truly exceptional in your craft. Number 2, he's a great friend. I just can't tell you how many times I've heard him say to me, "What do you got going on, Rick?" "Well, I'm going to help so-and-so put in a door." "I got to help Rick Jones rebuild a retaining wall around his deck." I mean, he's helped me fix my garage door, start my snowblower, replace a battery in my son's car, fix a leaky skylight, took down 2 trees I managed to kill in my yard. A month ago, I came back from skiing in Colorado, and this is after you've had all that snow and rain and ice. My driveway's blocked. You know, I never once asked him to do any of those things. We're just talking about things in our life. And the next thing you know, there's Rick to help me out with all those things. Number 3, the last one, he's a family man first and foremost. He loves his family dearly. And if you spend any time with Rick and Sherry Tegtmeier, you know how important their family is. I really truly believe his favorite day of the week is Sunday, when he and his wife Sherry host Lynette, Ryan, Nate, Megan, Eric, Hannah, and the grandkids, Timmy and Rick. I've often said you can learn a lot from walking into someone's office and kind of the yay me, you know, the recognitions, the awards, and this and that. And what you see in Rick's office is a picture of his granddaughter, Timothy, kiss him on the cheek. So it's my honor to introduce Rick Tegtmeier.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that very much. So you're going to have to bear with me here. I got some notes, and I'm probably going to get a little emotional. So, first off, I'd like to thank the IGA and Hall of Fame Committee, Chad Pitts, and everything that you've done for us, recognizing us. Jeff Wendell, Randy Robinson, Sean Popma, I know you guys had a lot to do with my being up here today, and I really appreciate that. To the families of Pat Wilcox, Joe Blackwood, congratulations. Sean McCarty. Sean and I have been friends a long time. We've spent some time hunting. We spent some time on the golf course. I've never played golf with him, but one day, I think the day he had the triple on 16, he hit it like a 350-yard drive, and it was about 60 yards. Right in the fairway, went over our heads while we were eating lunch, and we helped him find the ball. I think he did go on and win the tournament. I think Rick Brown even wrote about that in the Des Moines Register, but congratulations, Sean. It's an honor to be up here with you. As Scott mentioned, I started my career in Rockford, Iowa. John Austin was ahead of me. I didn't know John growing up, and I heard lots of stories about John. Every time the Greens chairman, Ed Betty, would come in, he'd say, "Oh, I talked to John Austin last night." And John was, at Firestone in Akron, Ohio. Then he was in Quincy, Illinois. He was in Field Club of Omaha. I pretty much learned to hate John Austin. Every time Ed would come in and tell us something, it just meant more work for me. We were going to try some new idea that John was trying, and a few years later, I had the chance to see John at a national superintendent's meeting. Went up, introduced myself to him, and thank God that I did, because we've been best friends for 40 years. So thanks, John. I did spend some time. I also wanted to follow in John's footsteps going to Iowa State University. He'd gone there for turfgrass management. I thought that sounded like a good deal. I applied to Iowa State. I think two things happened. My academics weren't very good, and I didn't have any money. So Iowa State turned me down. I became a lifelong Hawkeye fan, and still am. And I went to Waterloo to Hawkeye Tech. So I was fortunate enough at Hawkeye Tech. I received a GCSA scholarship in 1979. It opened the door to a couple of interviews. I interviewed at Urbandale Country Club on a Saturday morning, and on the Saturday afternoon, I interviewed with Bill Byers at Des Moines Golf. I did not get the job, obviously, at Des Moines Golf, but one thing it did for me is that it made me really realize where I wanted to go in my career. I was so impressed with Bill and what he was doing. I was happy to accept the job at Urbandale. I met some people at Urbandale, Gene Jennings at High Prairie Field Club, a fellow named Steve Bird. Both those guys were in my wedding later on. Steve Krantz. They all helped me in my career. And Gene helped me by taking me to Chicago, got me a job. It was short-lived, thank God. I came back and I missed Iowa. I couldn't hunt and fish in Chicago. So Bill had an opening, fortunately, at Des Moines Golf. And during those 80s, golf course maintenance business really took off in Iowa and across the country. Golfers were expecting better conditions, and golf course superintendents were providing them. I was lucky to be part of that. We started out having some of the first bent grass fairways at Des Moines Golf, and Bill was really a visionary, and I really learned a lot from Bill. Bill asked me one day, he said, "What do you want to do with your life?" And I said, "I want to sit in your chair." And he said, "Leave." He was only in his 40s, so I took off. Lucky to get the job at Elmcrest Country Club. Met Larry Gladson. Larry took me around the golf course. We met a few members, and right away I could tell it was a great fit. We walked out of the interview, and Sherry said, "What do you think?" I said, "No, we got the job," and we did. At Elmcrest, great membership. We, as Scott alluded to, we did a few projects there. I mean, we rebuilt greens, tees, bunkers, cart paths, new clubhouse, new pro shop, tennis dome, clay tennis course, landscape projects. I can remember sitting inside the pro shop one night. We were about ready to tear the pro shop down. Larry and I were getting the drivers out through the windows. Larry's commitment to golf, and it was infectious for everybody there, the membership and for me. I went to Elmcrest, just thinking that golf was about turf, and I really learned that it's so much more. I saw his programs, I saw what he was doing with the membership, I saw guys like Zach Johnson go through it. It was just great. Larry and I became very good friends and still are today. It was very special for me. We did a lot of special things. We built a golf green in his backyard, which I think is still there. I thought he was a dumbass. It's a passion of his, and he still loves it, and thank God that he does, because I don't know who'd take care of it. We went to Zach's first Masters. It rained 6 inches, and we walked in the mud, and we left our shoes there. That was kind of the treat for the week. Larry and I took our sons to Medina, watched Tiger win a tournament there. We had a little incident with some other fans, I'll say. Larry can tell you the story sometime, but I held my temper and we weren't in the headlines the next morning. My favorite story with Larry, I went to Larry in the late 90s and I talked to him about soft spikes. And I told him, I said, I'm going to go to the board of directors tonight and present this. And he said, Sue, it's the dumbest idea I ever heard. He says it's a short-lived fad. So, the only time I think I was right, he was wrong. So, I really want to thank the members of Elmcrest. There's several here tonight. They've been lifelong friends, and I appreciate that. Excuse me, I lost my page. So, round 2, Des Moines Golf. 2006, Bill Byers called me and says, I'm retiring. I think you should apply for the job. And I got to admit to you, I was scared out of my gourd. I didn't want to do it. My wife threatened me with divorce if I didn't. She said, she's moving to Des Moines, and one way or the other, so you better get it. So I did. I was very fortunate that at Des Moines Golf, Dave Cloak and Lori Ross, Scott Howe, people I'd worked with before were there. They made the transition back very easily for me. Jim Cutter, our general manager, has been there since early 2000s. Jim's one of the best guys I've ever worked for. He's put together a wonderful team, and I'm very proud to work for him and be a part of that team. It's a treat to go to work every day and just see what everybody does. It's such an orchestrated, wonderful club to be a part of, and I'm very proud to be part of that. One thing that Jim told me when he hired me, he said, you got to get along with the golf pro. And, and after 17 years with Larry, I thought, well, Scott and I got last place in that tournament. We'll probably play together again someday. But, Scott's made that very easy for me. His team is great to work with. We have a lot of fun. We have our issues, and we work them out, we talk them out, and he's just been a treat and a joy to work with, and I'm very proud to say he's a very close friend, so thank you, Scott. Right after I started back at Des Moines Golf, there was a big talk about a bunker project, and which really turned into, as you heard, a major master plan. Jim knew Pete Dye from Jim's time at Crooked Stick. He contacted Mr. Dye, and it was such a career highlight for me to walk the golf course and with Jim and Scott and Pete, and I think Greg Carlson's here. We all got to be part of that, and it's really a highlight for me. During those years of construction, we had a lot of rain, we had a lot of mud, and I can tell you that Jim and Scott probably ruined more shoes and pants coming out. I could go get them and say, you got to look at this. And they never once told me no. Well, this week Jim did, because he says it's too cold. We were looking at a new tee, but they've always been there for me, and that's really something I appreciate. That little international tournament we had after that was such a treat for me to be part of. Many people in this room were part of that. It really showcased the Iowa Golf Course superintendent, and I think that was the greatest takeaway for me is how good those people came together, and with some other friends. It was really fun to be part of that. Highlight for me of the week was Annika Stormstand's husband hitting the curb on the 9th hole. The tie rod breaks in the cart, and I think Blake and I went out late in the fairway, and while play's going on, it changed the tie rod. So that was kind of the highlight for me. As Sean mentioned, you don't go through these careers without a lot of help. called on many other superintendents through the years. Tom Feller, John Temmie, Chris Cohen, Don Altman, Scott Axon, Ken Ellenson. They've always been there for me. Bill Byers and Tim Westland, who I miss dearly. But thank you to those guys. I've had a lot of assistants, a lot of superintendents that have worked for me. Some of my crew members become doctors, lawyers, a lot more successful than I have. But I want to tell you, all these people I've learned so much from, and it's been an honor to work with them. Right now, Nate and Mitch are my two current superintendents, probably two of the best guys that I've ever had the pleasure of working with there. I've never seen two guys communicate and work together so much. The rest of that team is sitting over here tonight. The other guys, the assistants and our mechanic, it's probably the best team I've ever assembled. It's really a treat. The only thing I'll say is yesterday I cracked a joke about a guy being like Barney Fife, and none of them knew. What's going on in this life? Then I realized I was kind of the minority here. I was the only one that knew who Barney Fife was. So working now with all millennials versus baby boomers and Gen Y, Gen X, I've had to reinvent myself a little bit, but thank you guys for teaching me and being patient with me. To my friends that are here, it means a lot. Thank you for being here. You've listened to my rants, my talks about golf, about turf, but you've always been there, so thank you. My older brother Dan is here. He used to go with me out at Rockford and help me night water because I was scared of the dark. True story. He spent a lot of summers driving the cart. I had to roll up the hoses, but Dan was always there for me, so thank you. To Lynette, Nate, and Eric, you guys are the best we've ever done. Ryan, Megan, and Hannah. We're so happy you're part of our lives, so thank you very much. You know, my kids used to always go to the golf course, ride around the carts. They helped take covers off, they helped pump bunkers. They never complained unless we didn't go to Dairy Queen. Cool move, so thank you for being there. I love you. Sherry, 35 years I've woke her up at 4:30 in the morning. When I proposed to her, I told her I would be married to somebody else for 7 months a year, and she's understood that. And she's always supported me, so thank you. I love you. With that, it's an honor, it's a privilege to be up here, to be part of this elite group. I thank all my superintendent friends, vendors that are here. It means the world to me that you came out tonight and support me. I know you all have jobs you got to go to. My staff, 5:30 tomorrow morning. I'm not going to be there. So, thank you very much for inducting me in the Hall of Fame. I appreciate it. I'm honored. Thank you.